Good morning. Michelle French here, Run on Heart, personal training, fitness, and nutrition. It is Friday, September the 7th, 2018, and it's Friday Fitness with Michelle. After a long summer hiatus, I am back to bring you interesting information, I hope, every Friday in small bits. So here we go. Here's our first one for the return. 6 key factors that predict weight gain. So I want you to think about this. How many of these habits do you find that you are participating in on a regular basis? Okay? These are things to pay attention to. And if you find that, in fact, you are participating in these particular habits, it might be time to make some change. So, number 1, eating high-calorie foods on a regular basis. Okay? Potato chips, potatoes of all kinds, fried, mashed, however you do it. All right? Red meat, processed meats, pork, and game foods. These are all very calorie dense foods. Are you consuming them every day? Is this a habit? Are you drawn to them? Something to think about. Next, consuming sugar sweetened beverages or any beverages with high fructose corn syrup. Do you do this on a regular basis? Is this your go-to sweet? Something to think about. The sugar in that is so concentrated and more than we could possibly ever need in a day that in and of itself over time will create a weight gain. Next, too little or too much sleep. How much sleep do you get a night? Studies have shown that adults need between 7 and no more than 8 hours a night. Those of us who get too little, and I would include myself on that, on some days, tend to each compensate to stay awake or create energy. Those of us who get too much sleep tend to feel lethargic and sort of fluffy-headed, and we tend to eat to try to be sharp. Number 4, quantity of television watching. Here is interesting. Those of us who tend to watch more than 2 hours of TV a day tend to sit in front of the TV and eat. And if we are sitting in front of the TV and eating, we tend to eat higher calorie foods. Something to think about. You should try to either limit your TV watching to less than 2 hours a day or be aware of what you're eating when you're in front of the television. Number 5, alcohol overconsumption. Alcohol, plain and simple, is energy dense. How much are you drinking every day? Do you really need that? Something to think about. Also, one other thought on that. The more we drink, the more we tend to eat. And that eating tends to be higher calorie dense types of foods. Energy dense, thank you. Number 6, and last but not least, inactivity. How much activity are you actually getting outside of going to the office and driving and going grocery shopping every single day? The more we walk, the less likely we are to pick up extra weight. I know that it's hard for some of us to get out and do that, but an activity that increases your heart rate and is rhythmic, something aerobic, no matter where you are or what you're doing, you can create that to the best of your ability. Ideally, for some of us, between 2 and 4 hours a week. Seems like a lot, all right? But then there are others of us who are more challenged that even 10 or 15 minutes in any day is hugely beneficial. So think about that. The more you sit, the less likely you are to burn the calories that you're bringing in. And though those are my 6 factors, key factors that predict weight gain. Something to think about. All right, that's it for today. Have a great day. Any questions? runonheart@msn.com. Have a fabulous and fit Friday. Bye now.